Hello, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pleb is back. In this report, we got a lot to cover here on this show, from the Trump and Starmer situation that I forgot on last episode, to Pierre Poilievre wanting to send Trudeau to prison for his crimes, and Doug Ford wanting to fight people in Home Depot parking lots. You won't want to miss this report. Stick around. Before we start this report, please double check if you're still subscribed. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, smash that subscribe button, because over here, we make fun of the lunatic left. Welcome to your Wednesday report. We're going to have ourselves a good show here today because the world has no shortage of ridiculous leftists. And this week was truly the Super Bowl for that, as on my previous episode, I covered this meeting in Egypt where all the world leaders went to, but I forgot to include one important part, and I read it in the comments, and it's none other than this exchange between President Trump and Keir Starmer that is just so absolutely hilarious.
Where's the United Kingdom? Where's Russia?
Come here.
Is everything going good?
Very good.
It's very nice that you're here. These people all came in like 20-minute notice, and I...
Look how Trump invites him up to the podium and just completely discards him. And the best part is, if you look, look how happy Keir Starmer is to be getting attention. Oh my God, mate, is he talking about me? Is he talking about me? He looks so excited to get recognition on the world stage just for Trump to completely treat him like the nobody that he is. This is great.
Where's Russia?
Play that again.
Come here. Is everything going good?
Very good.
It's very nice that you're here. These people all came in like...
Look at his face now. He's like, this is embarrassing. And like a good little boy goes back to his corner here. It's like Trump called him over as if he was like his puppy.
20-minute notice, and I think it's fantastic. And we have so many others, and just so many others, and...
So Starmer here turns around. Now look at his face. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
And it's just so many others.
Oh my God, this is the face of a man, a defeated man who just got humiliated here. Man, this is amazing. To all the people in the comments who told me to cover this clip, thank you for reminding me, because it is just pure gold, including this meme that they made about the situation. This meme summarizes it, where Trump's like, come here. Now F off. I mean, this meme nails it here. This is exactly what happened. And even the screenshots and the screen captions from this are just great. Just the screenshot is funny. Look at his face. This is a face of a man that just got humiliated. I love how Trump treats these weak, woke, leftist leaders on the world stage with absolutely zero respect. And I'll bring it back to this post here I made back in January that went extremely viral, where Justin Trudeau and Keir Starmer were not invited to Trump's inauguration. And this is probably why Trump likes punking this guy on the grandest stage of them all. And before we move to the next story, I forgot to include this clip as well, which was a hot mic moment where President Trump and Carney had this hilarious exchange.
You going back?
No, I'll go back. I'm glad you upgraded me to president.
I'm glad you upgraded me to president.
President.
Did I say?
Great stuff. It's good. I started.
Great stuff.
And I don't know about you guys, but like Trump's relationship with Carney is pretty weird. They seem to genuinely like each other, even though Carney is a woke wacko leftist, probably because they do business together. That it has to be that they know each other from the inner elite circles, because he treats Carney with more respect than he treats Starmer and Macron, obviously.
It's good. I started.
Look, he gave him like a tap on the arm, like a buddy, right? Like, that's like a friendly buddy move here. Weird. So yes, folks, Trump likes to embarrass every other leftist leader on the world stage, but apparently doesn't like doing that to Carney. Weird. And for those who are wondering, how is Emmanuel Macron's hands doing from the handshake from the last video? Well, apparently we got an x-ray here from Autism Capital, which shows Emmanuel Macron's hand broken in like 25 places. Oh, the internet. I love you. Okay, let's move things along here from Egypt over to Canada. And Pierre Poilievre was on podcast this week and went over on Northern Perspectives podcast, great channel over on YouTube, and said something that was quite interesting to say the least, as Pierre Poilievre came out and said what a lot of Canadians are feeling right now, that Justin Trudeau should be sent to prison for his crimes.
Many of the scandals of the Trudeau era should have been involved jail time. I mean, Trudeau broke the criminal code when he took a free vacation from someone with whom he had government business. It's just like, it's right there in the criminal code. If the RCMP had been doing its job and not covering up for him, then he would have been criminally charged.
Wow.
And again, he probably violated the criminal code in the SNC-Lavalin scandal. These would normally have led to criminal charges, but of course the RCMP covered it all up, and the leadership of the RCMP is just frankly just despicable when it comes to enforcing laws against the Liberal government. But yeah, I would fire them, and in cases like that, I would report them to the police.
Absolutely perfect response by Pierre Poilievre here. And I want you guys to tell me in the comments down below, does Trudeau belong in prison for the crimes he committed while he was in office? I want to hear it in the comments. And another interesting thing happened in this podcast with Pierre Poilievre, where the topic of Charlie Kirk and left-wing violence came up, and Pierre Poilievre offered a very human and emotional moment that I wanted to share with you guys. Watch this clip.
Obviously, our thoughts are with the incredible family of Charlie Kirk, and our condolences to them. He was winning a lot of debates, and I think the authoritarian left was frustrated that they couldn't win the argument, and then ultimately they ended the argument. And that's often what they do. There's a censorship ideology on today's left. The left has become very authoritarian, and they can't tolerate any kind of disagreement, especially when they're losing the debate.
Yep. True.
And they started with cancel culture, but then there's certain people who just refuse to be canceled. So that's when the other side gets violent. What's been so inspiring is to see that none of Mr. Kirk's supporters have responded with violence of their own. You know, they've been very peaceful. There's been no windows broken, no riots, no counter-assassinations, nothing. Very inspiring to see the peaceful response by his supporters. To see his wife forgive the shooter, unbelievable. I don't think I could have done that.
I want to see Pierre Poilievre calling out the radical left more. Call them out for who they are. They're thugs, they're violent, they're censorious, they're authoritarian. They're not good people. And the reason that conservatives were burning cities down and rioting after Charlie Kirk's death is very simple. Our culture, our conservative culture, is way superior to the culture of the left. It is not even close. So yes, while Pierre Poilievre is being based, Doug Ford, the Premier of Ontario, is basically doing the opposite and LARPing as a tough guy, as this week he got on stage and spoke about a story about how he wanted to fight a guy at Home Depot who was stealing at the store. Look at this.
I escape from my detail at 8 o'clock in the morning before they come, and it ticks them off. So I hop in my pickup and I want to go to Home Depot. It was on a Saturday. And I pull up and I wanted to get some plants. Actually, it was the weekend before the Prime Minister came. I wanted to get plants for the cottage, so I loaded up.
So, he went and bought plants for Mark Carney. He wanted to make his place pretty for his best friend, Mark Carney. Okay. Did you catch that detail?
And I pulled up right by the nursery. I think majority have been to Home Depot. So I pull right up, I load up all the plants, and I'm ready to pull out. And here's this guy with a backpack and, a bag. And he's walking out, and the store manager's yelling at him, come back. And the security guard's there. And I said, well, go get him. We aren't allowed to go get him. And so he went around the side of where all the plants and outside the parking lot. So I was in my car. I said, screw this. I'm going after this guy. So and by this time, my heart's beating. I'm ticked off. So I go racing behind. No one can see. And I pull up behind him and jump into the car. I said, buddy, what's in your bag? Nothing's in my bag. I said, buddy, I'm going to kick your ass all over the parking lot. Show me what's in your bag.
Sure.
I did. I couldn't help myself. And so I said, buddy, come over here. And nothing's in my bag. And so we start. Now, by this time, the store manager comes, and he's on fire. He's cursing and swearing. I guess I threw in a couple colorful language, too. And so he's emptying out his bag. And all of a sudden, so he's saying, nothing's here. I said, how about your other bag? It's because he dropped it and heard a cling. And so he went in there and he pulled out one of those saw blades that you open up. Yeah. And you can use it as a saw blade. And the store manager said, that's what he stole. And then, we start saying da-da-da-da to the guy. And then I said, keep emptying out the bag. He pulls out some cutters, tin snips. And by this time, I'm in a pretty rage. I'm just in a full out rage on this guy. And I said, buddy, you stole those too. And he goes, I swear to God, I didn't steal them. He said, look at the rust on them. I looked at them, they were rusty. I said, okay, those are yours, but the rest. And then I went on to tell him if I ever see him in the parking lot, he's going to get a beating like he's never got before.
Okay, tough guy. Now, what Mark Carney won't tell you about this story is that it was probably newcomers, recent immigrants to Canada, that were the ones that were doing the stealing. As we have seen in the LCBO liquor stores, we've seen it all over Home Depot here in Canada with robberies from people who just immigrated to Canada, like in Huntsville, Ontario, where they stole $8,000 of merchandise at the Home Depot. These headlines are killing Doug Ford. Let's go see what they look like. This is what the first suspect looks like. Here's what the second suspect looked like. And this is so funny. He has this Canada hat on. The hat that they gave him at the airport when he immigrated here. Welcome to Canada. Here's a hat. He's still wearing it. He's robbing the Home Depot. Or how about this guy? Does this look like an authentic Canadian, guys? Does this look like someone who was born here? Or how about this guy? Another authentic Canadian, right? I'm not trying to be brutal on newcomers, but I just find it really disingenuous when our politicians don't mention who was doing the robbing, because I don't know about you guys, but obviously I hate theft and robbery, but something really bothers me when it's from people who came to this country as immigrants and we gave them a chance at a new life and they're coming here and being lawless and robbing our stores. I don't know about you, but that really rubs me the wrong way. So yes, while Doug Ford is telling his fantasy stories about how he almost beat someone up in a Home Depot parking lot, there are robberies happening all over Ontario at Home Depots from newcomers. And this guy here confronts them over them robbing the store and actually does something about it and just doesn't make a story up about it on stage like Doug Ford.
Are you guys fucking kidding, really? You guys are...
Oh, we got a Scottish guy here in Canada?
Fucking kidding, right? Fucking asshole, you fucking...
Sorry. They're so stupid. We are not bringing the best and brightest into this country, chat. We're not bringing the best. We're not.
Fucking kidding, right? Fucking asshole, you fucking deserve it.
Oh,
Fucking
yes.
assholes.
Oh, yes. Real Canadians, eh, guys? Real Canadians. And they put on the darked out license plate here. You want to know why? So they don't have to pay the tolls in Toronto. They're scammers. They don't want to pay the tolls, so they put this dark license plate. They're stealing from our stores. They're stealing from the tolls. They're ravaging our country. Yes. We have a huge problem with robberies at the Home Depot. But let's watch this recent Canadian knock his head on the door again, because that's great.
You guys are fucking kidding, right? Fucking asshole, you fucking deserve.
What a dumbass. Oh my God. They promised us doctors, engineers, highly educated people coming to this country, but they gave us Tim Hortons employees and whatever the hell this is.
Asshole, you fucking deserve it.
And don't for 1 minute think that Doug Ford is actually a tough guy, because this week a reporter asked him a very simple question: how many genders there are? And this is what he had to answer. Look at this. Look at this.
How many genders are there?
How many genders? Well, you're getting off the topic about this. I don't get into that stuff.
Oh, okay.
I focus for the people.
Okay.
Okay?
How many
I don't get into that stuff.
genders are there?
Does that sound like a strong man? This sounds like a coward. He can't even answer how many genders there are. And this guy wants to be the leader of the conservative movement in Canada? Is this a joke?
Off the topic about this. I don't get into that stuff.
Oh, okay.
I focus for the people.
Okay.
What a coward. And the L's don't stop there for Doug Ford, because today, upon hearing the news that Stellantis is moving their plant out of Brampton, 6,000 jobs lost, Doug Ford went on stage and displayed full-blown level 1000 Trump derangement syndrome in a clip that I think is quite embarrassing.
Friends, our government has a plan. Our number one job as a government, my number one job is make sure we protect the people of Ontario. I need to protect the communities against that tyrant south of the border, which drives me absolutely nuts. And we'll always be there to protect the families and businesses who call our province home. To build an Ontario that is more competitive, we have to be more resilient and more self-reliant and not just rely on the U.S. And by the way, I love the people of the U.S. I just don't like one guy down there.
Bro, this guy sounds like a straight... When is Doug Ford going to dye his hair blue and get like a couple of nose rings and join Antifa? This dude sounds like a full-blown liberal. And the crazy part is he doesn't take any responsibility for teaming with Mark Carney, not helping Pierre Poilievre get elected, and siding with the government that destroyed our country. And the reason you're losing all these jobs, Doug, do you not connect the dots? You are absolutely a complete embarrassment. And speaking of embarrassment, we got to get into our last feature of the show here, which is none other than Mayor Olivia Chow, who is posting some of the funniest videos, unintentionally funny. She's trying to be cool and normal, but they're coming off as comedy, as she's cheering on the Jays, as we saw in this video the other day.
Hey, Toronto, we want it all.
Yes, the queen of cringe herself, Olivia Chow, is back with a new video now, trying to rally her city behind the Blue Jays, and is just feeding someone like me gold because she has zero self-awareness and is possibly the most ridiculous human in all of Canada. This one's starting on the phone. Okay.
Hey, John, I want you to know that the entire city got your back. But the job's not finished. We want it all. So go get them. Go, Jays, go. By the way, this is Mayor Olivia Chow. Go, Jays, go!
Her English is so bad. She speaks the most broken English. She sounds like Ben Bankus doing an impression of her. It is so funny.
But the job's not finished. We want it all. So go get them. Go, Jays, go. By the way, this is Mayor Olivia Chow.
How is this a real person? All right, folks, that's it for today's show. Drop a comment and tell me what you guys thought about Pierre saying that Trudeau should belong to prison. I really want to hear your feedback on that. And what do you guys think of Doug Ford's story? Do you guys believe that he almost went to fight a guy in the Home Depot parking lot? Or is he just bullshitting as usual? I want to hear it in the comments down below. And if you guys enjoyed today's broadcast, make sure to like, share, subscribe. My name is The Pleb. I'm back on YouTube. Tell your friends. I'll see you at the next report. Peace.